It's Wednesday, October 29th, and it's time for Q&A. Today we have questions about hormone replacement therapy, as in, do I take it? Short answer, no, but I want to get into that some more. And also these questions and comments that I get repeatedly. I have a feeling you've always been tiny. Oh, you've aged well. You're lucky. That type of thing. I want to address that because that's absolutely a mindset thing. And we're going to talk about this. We create our own luck. So, yes, I'm lucky because I've created my luck. And you can too. You can create your own luck. So, before we dive into these, if you're seeing me for the first time, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I'm a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the Maximum Cover Girl competition in my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s because it's time to tell a new story about aging. And I've been doing this for a decade. Sunday, November 2nd, is officially 10 years of Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I have been sharing online through blogging, Instagram, Facebook, now YouTube, a little bit of TikTok, all of the things. I have been sharing how my simple ideas so that you can feel happy, healthy, and hot at any age. It's really mindset, nutrition, and fitness. And I have so many resources for you. I'm going to drop a link in the caption. I've written 3 books, a journal, 2 cookbooks. They're going to be linked below. My LTK shop, where I share my sexy, affordable fashion. This may not look super sexy today, but really yummy, soft, looks and feels like Lululemon at a very small fraction of the cost. I have the matching joggers. This whole set is like $38. A set like this from Lulu, we'd be talking well over $200. So yeah, fraction of the cost. And not knocking Lulu, I love their stuff, but I don't always want to spend $100 on a pair of leggings. So let's dive into these questions. First one about the HRT. Do I take HRT, hormone replacement therapy? And men, before you think this convo isn't for you, it is. It is, because there's things that you might be thinking you should do. So, no, I do not take hormone replacement therapy, and I have not. I'm not against it. It has absolutely helped some women. And I've seen it when not done properly, it's really messed with some women. Belly, weight gain, all kinds of things. But here's the thing. There's no magic shake, pill, powder, shot, or anything that will take the place of the magic of you making legitimate lifestyle changes that you are consistent with day in, day out. Not perfect, but that you are consistent with. I have said this time and time again, and I won't stop saying this. It is the small actions done consistently that compound over time to yield amazing results. And the thing that is going to impact your body composition more than anything else is the food that you are putting into your body. So obviously, the sooner we start that, the better. But it is never too late either, because there are people in this community in their 50s, 60s, 70s, beyond, that have changed their lives by changing what they're eating, that have lost weight and kept it off, that have put on muscle, that are stronger, more confident, better mental clarity, all of the things. What you're putting into your body is like 80% responsible for your body composition. So I'm not saying don't do HRT or anything else. But what I am saying is that it's not, you need to make the lifestyle changes also. And you need to be real with yourself about what you're consuming. That's why I created my journal, the Happy, Healthy, Not Journal. But you don't need that. You can use an app. You can keep track of things, the notes in your phone. You can grab an old spiral notebook, whatever. Tracking what you eat doesn't mean you need to track every macro, but you need to be honest with yourself about what you're putting into your body. So many, you could be, oh, so many people, oh, I hardly eat anything. Okay, well, that's not good. Or, oh my gosh, I'm so clean. It is just solid and lean protein. Okay, first of all, you're probably not very happy if that's all that you're eating. But at the end of the day, whatever, especially women tell me, it turns out there's stuff they're not mentioning every single time. And that's why I ask people to, anytime that when I work with someone one-on-one, at least in the beginning, I ask them to keep a food diary, write down what you're eating, when you can measure or not. Measuring is helpful to hold you, to actually be real about what portion sizes are, what time, how are you feeling, how'd you sleep the night before. The more data you can gather in the beginning, the better. Call yourself out on your own shit. So many times women use menopause, hormones, all this stuff as an excuse, as the reason they're putting on weight when they're not being honest about how many glasses of wine they had over the weekend. I'm not saying you can't have wine or alcohol because I do, but you've got to, all of that adds up. An 8 ounce pour of wine is around 800 calories, not 800, dear God, 200 calories, typically more. Most most of us don't have one glass and stop. Or you're at somebody's house, they keep topping it off. You don't know, was it 12 ounces? Was it 24 ounces? How much did I consume? That shit adds up. Plus, it adds up in the way you feel the next day, in the brain fog, the grogginess, the not having the energy to put into your workouts. Or maybe you're like, oh, Elizabeth, I don't have any alcohol. Or I just have a CoverGirl cocktail now and then, like you do, which is typically what I drink, vodka soda or tequila soda, jazz it up with some fruit or whatever, but it's like 100 calories and you can be aware of what you're consuming. Um, but maybe you don't drink alcohol at all. You're like, oh no, that's not me. I don't drink. Liquid calories in general. The creamer in your coffee, I'm not saying don't put it in, I'm saying measure it. A tablespoon of most creamers, whether it's half and half or like one of the Chobani no sugar ones, but that are made of real dairy, is about 20 calories. Okay, fine. But maybe you're adding 2 tablespoons. Maybe you're adding a quarter of a cup. Now that's 80 calories. Now that's almost 100 calories in every cup of coffee. Wait, what? This stuff adds up. Oh, I just snacked on a few nuts. You told me to prioritize protein. Okay, nuts are protein, carbs, and fat. I'm not saying nuts are bad, but did you snack on a few? Or did you eat a cup of nuts, which is probably a good 800 calories before dinner while you were making your healthy dinner ready because you were getting your healthy dinner ready because you were hungry because all you had was a teeny weeny salad for dinner, for lunch. All I'm saying here, yeah, I'm a little fired up, but we have to call ourselves out on our own shit. Recently, I've been feeling sorry for myself about some things that have nothing to do with my body. I feel amazing. These are my abs today. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yeah, I feel great about my body, but I've been beating myself up about some things, not being where I want to be in my business, in my life, in some certain areas. And you know what? I'm responsible for where I am right now. This is 100% on me. And I can look and I can say, not be mad at myself, maybe a little, but I can say, okay, I'm proud of where I am, or even I accept where I am, and now I have the power to change. I'm not going to blame it. I could blame it on these things that happened in the past. And yes, some shit happened, but shit happens to all of us. And we choose how we respond. So whether it's your business, like I'm facing some things right now, being perfectly open with you, or your body, we are all responsible for where we are right now. And then we have this choice. We can beat ourselves up. That doesn't do any good. We can say, oh, I love myself. Oh, none of this matters. Well, it kind of does. Or you can say, I love myself. I see where I am now. I see what got me here. And I see that I have the power to change the situation. That, yes, I can look at hormones. I can look at this. I can look at that. But at the end of the day, it is the actions that I take day in and day out that are going to have the biggest difference. And I'm going to start paying attention to exactly what I'm putting in my body and how much. And I'm going to enjoy myself on the weekend. And stay within a reasonable calorie range. And if you don't know how to get there, how much protein, how many calories, you don't need to make yourself crazy. But both of my cookbooks, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot cookbook is the first one, Happier, Healthier, and Hotter is the second. Both of those do have very helpful information as far as figuring out good calorie and protein goals. I'm a firm believer if you get those two things figured out, everything else is going to fall into place macro wise, maybe in your life. Because honestly, when you start getting more protein from real food, from real food, from real food, repeat after me, from real food. I'm going to get my protein from real food. You are going to see that you are more satiated, clearer headed, like mental clarity, focus, cravings. You don't even know what a craving is because you're not feeling them anymore. Cravings just go away. Doesn't mean you wouldn't like to have some chocolate, but you don't want to like stuff your face with it. And then you have more energy to go out for a walk. And then you start holding a plank every morning. All these things, it all compounds. So, highly recommend checking out my cookbooks. Yes, this is some shameless self promotion. This is my business that I've built for the past decade. And I give you so much for free, so lovingly, because I want anybody to know that they could just binge my content, whether it's here on YouTube, Instagram, wherever they find me, learn something and apply it without having to spend a single extra penny. And if you would like more support, I can offer that for you as well. And the best place to start is reading my books. I'd recommend reading both cookbooks. Even if you don't use the recipes, I don't know why you wouldn't. They're so easy, they're delicious, and you can grab the ingredients at your local grocery store. But just reading the information in there, read both books. Or if you have to start with the second rather than the first, it's more packed with the health and weight loss stuff in the front of the book. You can read my books and change your life. My second cookbook, $21, immediate digital download. You'll have it today. Buy it today. You'll be reading it today. You'll see results today. So that was a lot for do I take HRT? But so no, I do not take hormone replacement therapy. I never have, and I have no plans of doing it. But at the same time, never say never. If I saw, maybe I would change my mind one day, but like I feel amazing physically, mentally, like, yeah, emotionally, I've been feeling the feelings right now, but that's part of being a human. I've been feeling the feelings and I've gotten my steps in. I've prioritized protein and produce. I've been showing up for myself every damn day because you can feel like shit, but that doesn't mean you need to treat yourself like shit. Okay, on to these questions and comments that I get just in the past couple days when guys said, this is very lovely. You're aging like fine wine, but you're lucky. And a woman said, I have a feeling you've always been tiny. Yeah, I'm 5'1". I was born well, I wasn't born 5'1". I was born small. I'm a small person from a small family. I am 5'1", 5 feet 1 inches. You know what that means? And I'm small boned. You know what that means? That means every extra ounce is going to show up on me. And you could look at women in my family throughout the generations with very similar genetics who don't have my body because they're not doing the same things. They're short too. Grandparents, every cousins, whatever, wherever you want to look. So here's the thing. Yes, genetically I'm small. I'm 5'1". Genetically, I am small boned. I have a certain bone structure that I was born with, although I've even changed the way my face looks with the things that I'm doing. But that means that every extra ounce shows up on me. And then and we're gonna pull these two things together. And then this guy said, oh, you're lucky. Yeah, I'm lucky because I created my own luck. We can all be lucky. We get to decide that we're lucky. But nobody has these abs at 58 because of luck. Nobody builds their ass. I'm not going to pull my pants down here, but I'm wearing a thong and you could see that I built a better booty in my late 50s, post-menopause. Everyone says you can't put on muscle post-menopause. Oh, yes, you can. And I don't even go to a gym. It's the way I eat. It's the way I move my body. I wanted a better booty. I started adding more hills. I watched the protein even more, dial that in a little bit more. I do some simple home workouts. Haven't used weights in months. It's body weight stuff at my house, a couple minutes a day. And I did at creatine definitely helped, but I'm not telling you have to buy creatine. I would start with just changing what you're eating. Um, so that's not luck. That's not genetics. That's me doing the work. So yes, different things happen to different people. But I just feel so many times people are saying, "Oh, you're lucky. Oh, you were always tiny." Um, one woman said, "Oh, Elizabeth, but I knew, when you were in high school, you had that flat belly." Right, I was in high school. I hadn't had two babies. Like, you don't have a flat belly at 59 when you've had two big babies that were born via C-section if you don't put in the work and if you're not consistent. My flat belly in high school, yeah, I had a flat belly in high school. So did a lot of people. I have a flat belly at 59. That's different. That's not luck. That's not genetics. That is me showing up for myself. So I get, and we can all look at somebody. I can look at some of these people, they're different body types than me. Some of these women who are so tall and statuesque, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Like I've learned to love being short, but when I was younger, I thought, oh my gosh, everything would be easier if I were taller. Oh, everything would be easier if I had a different nose. I used to hate my nose. Now I love my nose. Um, I'm like, what did I think was wrong with my nose? I don't know, but I used to not like my nose when I was younger. I just thought if I could just change my nose, my whole life would be better. I, again, we all find things to critique about ourselves. So I'm not lucky. I work at this. So now I am lucky. I've created my own luck. Um, yeah, I've always been 5'1". So yeah, that's tiny, but that doesn't keep my waist tiny. I work at this. So all this, I'm not taking HRT. And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying stop looking for a magic pill, shake, powder, shot, whatever. Start seeing the magic in you. Start saying, I'm lucky, or she's lucky, or he's lucky, and start creating your own luck. So, can I get an amen? Anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you like my content here on YouTube, I would be so honored if you would hit the subscribe button. That shows YouTube that my content is relevant. Once I get up to 1,000 subscribers, like I'm going to throw a little party because that's a big deal to me. Because subscribing to me on YouTube is a little more than just like you're getting in. You'll get notified when I post, and I'm not posting. Try to do one video a day, but I don't do it every single day. But it shows YouTube that you think my content is relevant. Also, if you would share, comment, like if you know a friend that would benefit from one of my videos, just take a moment to send the link. Again, that gets the message out there. Maybe they'll subscribe. So thank you so much for being here. Drop any questions in the comments. I now get notifications from YouTube of me so that I'm making sure that I'm not missing your comments. And I will see you back here tomorrow with another Q&A. Bye.